big bird, boy. Look at the power plant. Amazing. Wow, I didn't know it had 3 landing gears. Wow, that is something I didn't know. 1, 2, 3 landing gears. Wow. And then the small one there. And then a line to see the plane. Big old line. They all look like Micah here. There he is right there. Hey, Mozo.
What's up?
All right. How you doing?
How long you been here? Not bad. Not bad.
Look. Good.
Good to see you.
Good.
How long you been here?
About 15 minutes. But I was in line for like 2.5 hours.
Here?
The beginning of the base. I mean, it was packed.
Well, I don't know if you're gonna get on here.
I know. I saw the line.
Yeah. It's pretty bad. I mean, if you want to get on, I'm gonna say get in line right now. I mean.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
All right.
It doesn't matter. Are you gonna work up there?
Yeah, I'm working right now.
The guy said that he's gonna relieve you for a while.
Just wanted to come say hi really quick.
Oh, okay. So I'll get in line.
All right, cool.
So you're gonna be all the way in the back?
Yeah, I'll be in the back in the ARL.
Your department?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see you out there.
All right, cool.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Is this a KC
10?
KC 10. Thank you. But the boom has flight controls, okay? These flight controls consist of elevators and rudders. So that's what it looks like right there. And this is what it looks like when a F-16 will come up to attempt a contact with you. So he's coming up. Here we go. So that's what it looks like. So right now I'm using my flight control assist to the right there to maneuver away from his canopy down the center line. So I want to be on the left or right side of him. As he comes in, his receptacle is just past his canopy. So I want to make sure that I clear his canopy and I don't bust a hole in it. right there is about 20 feet. Right there is about 10 feet. I align myself to the hole. You'll see the shadow in a second. I extend, boom, contact. There it is. And I use this stick here to extend and make a contact, right? So that's the boom right there. So that's what we pretty much do with this aircraft.
So you're just refueling other planes?
Yes, ma'am. Any plane. So it could be a F-16, F-18. F-18 I'll get to in a moment because they use a different type of system. They don't use the boom. But anything from a B-2 bomber all the way up to F-16, whatever you can imagine. If it takes boom or it takes drogue, you can refuel it. So the boom, it has like an autopilot system of its own. As soon as you make contact with it, in the nozzle there's a coil in there. And in the receptacle there's also a coil. When these coils touch and they couple up, these coils touch, you're sending electrical signals through the boom up into the BCU unit. This is the BCU unit, boom control unit. It's the brains of the whole system right here. The whole brains, it starts to send and transmit or translate those signals to the flight control system right here. What that does, it tells the flight control system what to move or how to move and how fast to move, and of like at what extension rate to move at. Because the receiver sending these signals, the flight control system now getting the translated codes coming into here, it's going to start following the receiver without any input from me. So all I have to do is just sit back and watch and guard the flight control sticks in case of emergency or abnormal happens, malfunction. I can override and continue refueling manually, tracking. So I just monitor my roll gauges, those are structural limits there. So I told you before, the extension or traction, that's the flight controls for actual boom. Now again, not all receivers have the boom capability. Some require drogue refueling. So they have a probe, mostly Navy receivers. So Navy receivers, F-18s like I said before, CV-22s or F-35, they're prototyping with those. Yeah. So over here, that's the drogue control panel. That controls the drogue. The drogue, what the drogue consists of is a basket with a receptacle inside of it. It's attached to a hose that is flexible enough to be wound up on a drum. Now when I extend that or extend the hose out, the drum starts to rotate and unwind that hose out. As soon as the drogue hits or comes out of the chute, it's going to get caught in the slipway or the airstream, and it's going to catch all that drag and bring the whole thing out. It's about 50 feet long. It's going to go all the way out, and because of the drag in the pool, it's going to hold nice and stiff and steady for the receiver to come in. So they're going to come in with their probe and engage the drogue. As soon as they engage, it couples up and it gets pushed in for 5 feet, and as soon as that happens, fuel starts pumping that way. It's very inefficient though. It's not as efficient as the boom because of pressure, because we can't put that much pressure in that one hose rather than the boom being made of actual metal. Just how it was constructed. But there's a workaround for this. Not very efficient, but this is a warp control unit or warp pod unit. This is 2 drogues on one wingtip and the other wingtip, so left and right. So we can send 2 of these things out at once and have 2 receivers refueling at the same time.
Wow.
Go home early, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, and I use those mirrors down there to see them. Right now they're closed up, but they use the mirrors to look out both left and right.
Yeah,
And that's pretty much the basic idea of boom operation. And the primary objective of boom operation. The other half is cargo loading and passenger.
Cool.
How long does it take to fill up like an F-16?
F-16, if he's low on gas, probably about 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
That's a lot of gas. Okay. Cool.
Awesome. Thanks for coming down.
Thank you.
Enjoy the air show.
About how many gallons is in 2 or 3 minutes?
How many gallons, 3 minutes? They typically take about 6K or 7K.
Oh, 6,000.
See you almost.
All right, see you.
Love you.
Yeah, take it easy.
Give me a call tonight.
Okay.
Take care.
Oh, yeah,
We can probably jump in here. He said it's about a half second.
Thank you again, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a good day.
That is a long plane. that little room that I was just in, and Micah was talking out of. And you cannot see, I can barely see some faces, but I can't see Micah. It's because of the reflection. And this is what they look at. This thing right here. What an airplane. And this is the drage here. The drage for the Navy jets. It's right there. Cool that. And I don't see Micah. I just see a lot of little kids' faces. But anyways, and that's where the drage is wrapped up. I think it's called drage or drag, or it's like a basket. And it's tucked in right there. Alright, let's go look at other jets. How massive these tires are. Tires, 2 in the front over there. These 4 here. The 2 in the middle. And the 4 this side. All got Travis Air Force Base on it. That's what happens when we land. These are brand new tires. Every time it lands, it goes through that. Good years. Nice and jet. Let's go.